we are back for the 2026 MPBL regular season, the league's 8th season. And we have the Quezon City Black Bulls right here making the trip, short trip to Caloocan for this matchup with the Caloocan Batang Kaloo. It's an opening day duel between the Black Bulls and the Batang Kaloo in our main game on opening day dito lang sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Magandang gabi po muli mga kaliga. Si Dav Tupas kasama si Christian Wanzon, and we are celebrating opening day of your MPBL. And what a day it has been. Opening ceremony done and dusted. San Juan winning their first game, and now all eyes on the host team, the Batang Kaloo of Caloocan.
Historic, if I may add. You know, first time in 8 seasons that we have 2 separate venues, total of 4 games, 2 panels, and a lot of new faces, new season. Arguably, this would be the best or maybe the most exciting season because of the amount of talent that we have in this league.
Oo, no? And syempre, no, mapapanood ng inyong MPBL on YouTube, and we are also live on Solar Sports. And syempre, when we talk about talent, we have the super talented Mika Abisamis joining us para sa ating pregame. Mika, how are you? And how was your day so far?
Everything has been so exciting. Si Delph and Coach Chris, nakita nyo naman napakasaya ng ating mga kaliga sa dalawang nating opening. Pero para sa larong ito, para dito sa Caloocan Batang Kaloo, there were talks of how controversial it was changing coaches, but those things are done. Everybody needs to focus on the work at hand. Ang challenge na lang ni Coach Gerson Cabiltes ay syempre, he was very used to working with the same people for 5 seasons. So ang tanong ba dito talaga is, effective pa ba ang magiging sistema ng isang Gerson Cabiltes with this new platoon? Para naman dito sa QC, sabi ni Coach JV Olea, happy sila na napapatunayan nila ang goal nila na madala ang non-UAAP and NCAA players dito sa big stage. Pinatunayan na ni Pat Buena at saka ni Hoson during the preseason. At yan nga daw ang goal nila, na mapakita sa lahat ng tao na hindi lang big names ang pwedeng gumaling dito sa MPBL. Si Coach Chris.
Thank you so much for that opening report, Mika, because that really summed up the narrative of this ball game. Coaching change so late into the after the preseason,
right,
and so late into the preparation for the new season para sa Caloocan. Coming in, Gerson Cabiltes, sa kabilang panig naman Quezon City with the players, the unheralded players coming out, party nila itong preseason ngayon.
And a rising coach.
Yes, in JV Olea. So, so many subplots into this ball game. Tingnan muna natin yung mga maglalaro ngayong season na to. South Division muna tayo, and you will see the teams here. I think we're checking the score of Rizal and Cebu, and Cebu was leading big late in the game against Rizal. Also in the South, Jensan and Binyan, they will be in action later on. Bacolod, Basilan, Zamboanga, Batangas, Mindoro, Negros, Imos, Iloilo, and Sarangani. Of course, the defending South Division champions, etong Quezon Huskers. And sa kabilang panig naman, in the North Division, syempre nakikita na naglaro na yung San Juan, and ang Pasay and San Juan came out on top. Bataan, Bulacan, Ilagan, Isabela, Manila, Marikina, Valenzuela, Pasig, Parañaque, and the Mekaway and Marilao Gems also in that North Division. And Abra is your defending national champion, defending North Division champion as well. Balikan natin ang ating format. Best of 7 tayo in the national finals. This season, I think it is also going to be a 2-3-2
Format. Yeah.
format. No, so that
Yun lang pinagbago.
2-3-2, no, the first 2 games home court ng better record.
Right.
Next 3 games ng second best, and then the last 2 games will be the home court of the better seed. So yan po ang ating format this season, mga pagbabago natin. Quezon City ang ating pag-usapan dito with their lineup right now, and you covered them in the preseason. Were you impressed by this team? 4-4 sila. They did not make the knockout stage, but they actually had some big wins, including one against Batangas.
You know when you dine out and then you have a good meal and then you're looking at that chocolate cake and you can't wrap around your head whether you're gonna eat it or not. They've been my guilty pleasure team in the preseason, and I'm just waiting for it to become pleasurable, which I expect, because the way they fight, every game, the way they execute, how they have not only listened to their coach, but how they've bought in and they added a few pieces. You saw the names, but they will be led, by MJ Hoson. Pat Buena was so eye-popping, not because of his athleticism, but how he was effective on the floor in the preseason. So they'll be a guilty pleasure team for sure.
Yeah, and Kobe Monje and Ray Publico and Ryan Costello are also in that lineup. So may dagdag na firepower and experience para dito kay Coach JV. Caloocan ang pag-usapan natin. Ito, guilty pleasure din ng iba to because this team is so talented as well with, so many young guns that you feel like you're starting to see, you might start to see some balance. When they find that balance, they could be very deadly and lethal here in the MPBL.
And I'm wondering who Nick Fury is in the management, because how they have assembled this team. This team could arguably be the most talented team ever assembled in the MPBL. Now, will that talent translate into wins, into playoff wins, playoff series, into a championship? That remains yet to be seen. But talk about a complete team. They have shooters, scorers, big men. Pwede na nga sila magtayo ng security agency sa dami ng mahuhusay na gwardya nila. At sigurado akong above the minimum wage yan, mga yan. Nakita nyo sa screens yun, yung tatlong yan, mahuhusay yan. But it's only the first game. But let's see, because every game is gonna be a microscopic game. Papanoorin sila for sure.
And Coach Jerson Cubiltes under pressure to deliver here, but we all know what he's capable of. He's a champion coach. Let's go to Miguel Perde for the starters.
MPBL fans, and welcome to our main game here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. It's the opening day of your 2026 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 8. Time to meet our starters. First, for Quezon City Black Bulls. Starting at guard number 27, MJ Hoson. Also at guard number 7, Pat Buena. Playing center number 11, Clark Derigue. Forward number 22, Joben Loria. Also at forward number 39, Kobe Monje. The head coach for Kansas City is JV Olea. Assistant coaches, B-Boy Santiago, Miko Santos, Marco Asa, and Zino Gudez. Team consultant is Chiki Alcala. Team manager, Nico Estrada. The team owner is JC Tan. And now, mga kalika, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit for your Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. Starting at forward, number 19, from Barangay 28, kay MANNY Lady. And at one guard, number 0, Kian Baklaan. The head coach for Caloocan Batang Kangkalu is Noy Catalan. Assistant coaches, Florian Pineda, Ariel Sison, Harold Lang, Joseph Guion, Dan Xavier, Jun Medina, Rick Sison, and Flaviano Ilagan. Team consultant is Gerson Cabiltes. Team manager, Mac Robert Dichandu. Team governor, Jeremy Tin. The team owner is...
Starting five is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. MJ Hoson, Pat Buena, Clark Derigue, Joben Loria, and Kobe Monje ang lima para dito sa Quezon City. Caloocan starts with Kian Baklan, Jeff Manday, Jun Bonsubre, Prince Casin, and kay MANNY Ladi. I have never seen a lineup so potent as this Caloocan that they have right now over in the history of their team.
I think potent and deep. is something you have to add to what you just said, because in the preseason, we were wondering who would get the heavy minutes. Now, obviously, preseason, a lot of experimenting. You know, chemistry was there. Kimani Ladi only came in and played in the final game of the preseason. He was out of shape. He looks to be in better shape right now, and looks like he would open this game with a nice-looking jumper.
Set up by Kian Baclaan there. Great execution in the first possession para dito sa Caloocan. MJ Hoson to Kobe Monje. Loria up against Manday. Joben Loria looking for Buena. Pat Buena, that's off the mark. Ladi with a rebound and gets it to Baclaan.
Interesting matchups for both teams. Expect some cross matchups, maybe some miscues. Hoson is being...
He was a menace defensively during the preseason.
And was an outstanding finisher. He was just one of those grab-and-go players, would grab the rebound and would go quickly on the other end for some coast-to-coast finishes.
And Baclaan, Buena is on him. Unsubre against Derigue, back to Kian. A blitz Kian, libre. Si Jun Unsubre, the extra pass from kay Manny Ladi.
So that's the thing of having a guy like Kimani Ladi. He's a guy, by height, is really a center. He's 6'7", 6'8". Some of the centers that we have are only 6'4", but having a Kimani Ladi, he plays like a wing, he shoots like a wing. The last play off a short roll made something happen, found the open man. The last one in transition found the open man. He's a big guy, but plays like a guard.
Also forced that one. The Black Bulls still looking for their first basket. Monje, no. Magawan sa rebound. That's Jeff Manday with a rebound para dito sa Caloocan. Baclaan. Kian attacks. Ladi can't handle the pass. Monje gets a running start. That's a foul on Prince Kasin.
And I thought that defensive possession saved Quezon City a timeout. If that ended up in a made basket, I would have charged a timeout. Look at this fast break play.
That's the fast break of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Kobe Monje at the line. And Quezon City is on the board. Those t-shirts worn by our players, Christian, part of our advocacy for mental health.
Right.
I think our Commissioner Emerson Oreta, that's part of his, he really took the initiative na bigyan itong advocacy campaign ng ang ating liga.
Yeah, it's a foul on Baclaan.
I think he will be the one talking about it later on. I think the shirts being worn, of course, be provided to us by our official outfitter, LGR.
Right.
Meron din yan dun sa Binyan.
Right. It will be talked about later on and all throughout
The season.
the season.
MANNY is the digital wallet built for the community. Buena gets it back, launches, fouled. And that's 3 free throws for Pat Buena.
Pat Buena and MJ Hoson of that Spain action on the right side. Playing a little ping pong after the back pick ni MJ Hoson. Pinasa sa kanya ni Pat Buena pero binalik naman kagad sa kanya, like a boomerang pass. And Pat Buena fouled by Kian Baclaan, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his second foul.
Well, Pat Buena, kilala si Pat Buena.
Yari ka.
Delikado ka.
I think he epitomizes the saying that looks can be deceiving, and do not underestimate Pat Buena every time you see him between these 4 lines.
And what amazes me is that even when other teams learned about his talent and his exploits,
Right.
parang nahanapan niya rin ng parang nagkaroon siya ng counter he knew that he was going to be checked.
Right.
And then, na-anticipate niya yung pagbago din ng pagtingin sa kanya ng ibang kupunan at mga players eh.
And that's where I think he has his edge, because I mentioned earlier, he's eye-popping in a way, not in the traditional way. Usually the eye-popping players are the ones who fly up in the air, run fast, or the tall guys, no? Yung mga glaring yun eh. What makes him eye-popping is, number one, his height. You know, the small guys you notice. But when you're a small guy, I believe that number one, you gotta be extraordinary. Most of the time, or 99% of the time, they're ultra fast. Well, maybe except for Janjan Felicilda. And Janjan, if you're watching, I know you're hurt. Anyway,
Mabilis si Janjan.
Ha?
Mabilis. Mabilis siya.
obviously I'm kidding.
Yes,
But
I know.
Pat Buena, he's not the fastest. You know, he's not the tallest, obviously. But he plays the game with his basketball IQ. Tulad nung nabanggit mo. Ang bilis niya mag-adjust. Ang ganda ng reads niya. I think his best weapon offensively, aside from his shooting, is the pump fake. Yung shot fake niya. It looks so much like his shot. Ang dami niyang napatalon no preseason.
That's true. Bunsubre underneath.
That's a foul.
He's fouled and he puts it in. That's 4 points para kay June Bunsubre. Not bad for a guy who's known for his defense. That's the reigning defensive player of the year. June Bunsubre inside. Player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
In spite of the influx of talent this roster has in Caloocan, I believe Junjun Bonsubre, he's going to play a big role in this team, because he's the guy that is going to do a lot of the dirty work, so to speak. You know, defensive player of the year na nabanggit mo, led the preseason in rebounding at 6, led them in offensive rebounding with 3.3. And if I may add, also looks to be an inspired soon-to-be father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coach Isel, I'm sure she's watching here in the venue.
I thought they were low-key. I wasn't mentioning anything. So that's your fault.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hoson will drive inside, finds Kobe Monhe. MJ Hoson, lakas din ang katawan eh. That's why he can do a lot of things on the floor.
At that time, he showed that he also has the footwork to create a shot, whether for himself, that time for his teammate, Prince Cassin. Misses the 3. One and done situation para sa Caloocan, no? As Quezon City cleans it up.
Ganda ng box out ni MJ Hoson dun.
Good
Buena.
pass.
Oh,
Good
he's
block.
blocked. Ladi is away.
Say goodbye.
Oh, hey, Manny Ladi. With a flush. Buena will fire. My God, Pat Buena.
So I don't think I have to ask you, given the opportunity, would you take a slam 2 points or a 3?
I take a 3 any day, partner. Bonsubre misses. What a way to quiet everyone here.
After a slam dunk. And they get the stop too. They could take the lead if they make a basket.
Hoson, that is short. Rebound ni Manday. Cassin is away. And Cassin will lay it in. Incredible pace being played here in this first quarter. Kita mo?
Huffing and puffing na yung mga players eh.
Kondisyon yung mga yan, ha? Derigue to Hoson. Buena is free. Lost it. Took a couple of dribbles and wasn't able to control that basketball. The block from Cassin, Manday with the lead pass to Ladi. And the jam from kay Manny Ladi. Fast break of the game. Brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Roque is in. Ryan Costello is in. Aaron Baguno is in for the Black Bulls. Manday to Celis. Ladi. Jumper. In and out. Rebound. Roque. Costello. Heads it to Monye. Roque. Ryan. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Monye has it. Trying to drive against Escobar. 5 seconds. Derrigue puts it up. Short rebound, Ladi. Biton. Ladi will attack. Was that a travel? It is a travel.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I
me
thought
too.
it was good.
Me too.
Nonetheless, it was called. And Kimani Ladi will get a breather. And this is what we talked about, because we talked about the depth nitong Batang Kangkalu, apart from Jeff Manday, who has yet to sit down. Tignan mo naman yung apat na pumali. No, pwedeng starter sa ibang team yan. Escobar, Tamito, Celis, and Bitoon. Manday, though, with a slow sidestep, unable to finish.
And Jammer.
There's just something about his name. Every time na binabanggit mo, no?
I love it. I love saying Jammer Hamita's name. 16-12 for Caloocan. They come up empty a couple of times, but Jammer Hamito with a cleanup job. 2:25 remaining in the first. 16-12 for Caloocan.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Let's bring back Mika Abisamis.
As soon as Jerson Cabiltes started his practices with the Batang Kangkalu, the players felt the change in speed immediately, no? As we know him to have intense practices. Sabi nga ng isang insider, meron na daw mga konting na injure. Sabi nga ni Ladi and Escobar, it feels like college all over again. Sabi naman ni Ronnie Matias, nasubukan ang tuhod ko sa takbuhan. But that's what Coach Jerson brings. He expects everybody to be playoff materials immediately. He admits it's been challenging also without his former court general in Hesid Gabo, his post guy in Michael Mabulak. But he said maybe this is destiny. We could all be even better coaches and players outside of the usual. Happy to have Baklaan as his main point guard, Kamson, Bonsubre, Celis, Hamito, Ladi in the front line. In his words, being considered one of the strong contenders in the North, no time to like or dislike each other. We gotta work. So now, Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika, and
Do your job.
Yeah, time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Well, I like the level of urgency from the Coach Jerson. You know, he has we actually had a really good season with Pangasinan last year.
He did. Overachieved.
Yeah, and you know, may pangalan siya. He has built a really good reputation here in the league for his, you know, ability to win.
It's just one of those no-nonsense coaches we have in the league. You know, he'll get into your face, may call you out if he has to. And if there's one guy that's fit for the job in terms of managing egos, which he mentioned in one of his interviews, so I think it's one of those pictorial days that you organized. And I think he's going to do an excellent job here. It's just if the players would buy in, because this is only the first game. I think the good thing about his situation is that aside from the new faces, first time na ma-handle niya, especially the collegiate players from the UAAP or from the NCAA, meron din siyang mga players like Bitoon. I think Celis has already played for him before. Or is this the first time?
First time because
It's
he
the
was...
first time, yeah. Hindi sila nag-abot, sa Nueva Ecija. Tama?
Yeah.
So, may mga players na kilala na rin siya at alam ng sistema niya.
Over the backboard for Chris Bitoon. 32 seconds to play in the first period. Caloocan up by 6. And Dom Escobar. And nearly a steal there.
Irvin Palencia played for him before. I think when they were in Basilan.
Yeah. Costello to Roque. That is off Dom Escobar. And Maguno sits down. First time in the game para kay Aldave Canoy, the former Bacolod Tubo slasher. Inside. Oh, what a block!
Robbie Celis.
Escobar lays it in. Oh, they will run out of time here. They should have taken the inbound quickly. Quezon City, they were not aware.
This is an 8-0 run. The score was tied, or an 8-2 run rather. It was tied at 12 all. But after that layup by Prince Casin, they closed the quarter with a nice run for their biggest lead of the game. Look at the highlights.
Jun Bonsobre with a strong start to the season. MJ Hoson feeding Kobe Monhe. And Pat Buena gets blocked, triggering the fast break para dito kay Manny Ladi. First quarter in the books. Caloocan in command, 22-14. The Balangkang Kalu finished 4th in the North Division in a very tough North Division. Swept Pampanga in the quarterfinals. And then lost in the semifinals to Abra. Preseason, they lost to San Juan in the first knockout phase. And then they did not have... and then made a coaching change. Sorry about that.
Right. And because of the coaching change, I think that a couple of things that stand out. First, Jello Razon, I don't even see him on the bench. Okay,
Yeah.
he led, that Coach Mike Sagigit team. We all know that relationship, that goes way back to, their collegiate days and in the professional days in Parañaque. He's in the lineup, but I don't see him on the bench. He's not suited for this game. Second, Eric Camson.
Eric Camson is...
He's here, yes. But my point is, you're talking about a pickup of arguably one of the talented big men, if not the most talented big man we have in the league. You talk about a guy who commands a double team, can shoot it from the outside, an absolute scorer on the block and from 15 feet, but has yet to see action in this game.
Oh, nice pass. Galing kay Hoson, fouled by Cabana. Publico is going to the free throw line. Ray Publico. What a story as well. He suffered an injury last season when he was with Basilan. An ACL injury. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. And Publico, one of the, I think he was there in the first season of the league with Navotas all the way.
Under kay Coach Elvis.
Yes.
Kung saan din yung season for maybe a few games. A handful of games. And naglaro si Sunday Salvacion.
Yeah. Ives Sazon was on that team.
Yeah.
Ron Denison was on that team.
How can we forget one of the most memorable venues? You remember that?
With the ring. Sa sobrang dami ng mintis ng mga player nun,
Nasira yung ring.
nasira yung ring.
At the game was put to a halt
In the second overtime.
And had to be continued.
Like 4 or 5 months later.
Right. Parang parte nun si si Alan Mangahas, I believe.
Yeah, even
sa kalaban yata.
Even Kyle Napes was, I think it was Kyle Napes' shot na gano yung ring.
Warning on number 27, MJ Hoson for his sportsmanlike behavior.
Warning on MJ Hoson. Omar Casari is in the game para sa Quezon City.
32, Jeremy Cabanag.
Jeremy Cabanag has been a mainstay here with Caloocan.
He's a guy that just knows how to put the ball in the hoop.
No.
Ito si Jeremy Cabanag has had his own shares of struggles with injuries. Or maybe a coaching change all throughout his career. But dito sa Caloocan, as you mentioned, he looks to have found a home as Jammer will lose the ball. As he was trying to go for the jam, I believe.
No jam for Jammer. Agoncillo.
Fouled by Robbie Celis.
Yeah, big collision up top.
Oh.
Well, Agoncillo was already blocked by Robbie kanina. So you feel like Agoncillo was anticipating the contact up top. I was really impressed with him during the preseason as well.
Agoncillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good one-on-one player, has a lot of breakdown moves. So, ang hirap din bantayan nito, no? Si Agoncillo, especially pag he plays the 4 spot.
And I thought he had a lot of clutch plays sa mga preseason games nila. When
I think that was a
went
clash
down
of
the
knees.
wire.
I think that was a clash of knees, partner.
Oh, sa ilalim, no? Ito, parang mas magandang angulo to. Maganda na sana eh. May dumaan lang eh.
Oh, senior rep.
Oo nga eh.
I hope Jake's gonna shake it off. (24-17).
It is a mandatory substitution for Jacob Musilio.
Yes. So, papalitan siya dito.
Let me get back to something I mentioned earlier. The reason why wala sa rotation si Eric Camson. He's there, but street clothes.
Naka-street clothes.
Street clothes, yeah.
Brian Rosalin is taking the free throws in lieu of Jake Agoncillo. Cold off the bench.
Take a look at Coach JV Olea.
0 for 2. Jammer with a rebound. Dito on. Cabanag. Chris. Travel.
Just a poor job executing that time was Batang Kangkalu because the tagger after the ball screen was yung tao ni Bitoo, no? Which I believe was Pat Buena. But because it was a weak pass, naka-recover yung bantay niya. Eventually forced the turnover after the closeout.
Cosari with a push shot. No. Rosalin with her offensive rebound. He's able to draw the foul. Alam mo yung gusto ko dito sa Quezon City. They you know, they may be down, but you feel like there's a comfort level on who they are as a team.
You're right. And I got to give it to, again, Coach JV and the whole coaching staff after that catch and shoot 3 of the inbounds for his 8th point here in the first half. Your favorite, Mr. Buena.
24-20, that's 3-pointer number 2. And if you count the foul kanina ni Kian Bakla, that's 3 already. Escobar drives right. Bumuelo, the pump, and the foul. 2 free throws coming up.
That's one direction that you don't want Escobar to go to. Always strong going to his right. Look at this play. Just a simple pop out using the screenplay by Pat.
Pat Buena held that follow through until the ball went in. I love it. Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Nag-press con tong Quezon City a few days ago, and Pat Buena was there in front. Mahihain eh. Mahihain nito si Pat eh.
Yeah, I can see that in him. I could always tell pag mahihain at isang tao at hindi.
Talaga? Why are you looking at me, partner?
Nakataon lang, nandun yung bola.
Oh, look at... Gabi, catch me if you can, says MJ Hoson.
Apparently they can't because they ended up fouling him instead. Which means the next foul of Caloocan with still 7:25 remaining in this quarter. Penalty na, no? Free throw ang maging katumbas nun.
Rosalin to Canoy. Yan, Dave Canoy. Yan si Tocosario. Ball in the hands of Buena. Gets it to Rosalin. Fires a 3. All alone. And Marco Sari with a rebound. A lot of attention there dun sa tres sa perimeter. And libre-libre si Kosari for the offensive rebound.
But that was executed because of the dribble handoff execution between Kosari and si Pat Buena. At yung tao ni Kosari was forced to help and nag-overhelp sila pati yung weak side. And because he rolled to the basket, it put him in the perfect position on the opposite side of the shooter to get that offensive rebound and easy stick back.
So Baclan is back in the game.
Kaya minsan, especially for big men, kahit hindi kayo napapasahan at hindi ka napapasahan, as long as you do your job, especially rolling to the basket, eh, mabibiyayaan ka rin. Tulad ng mga ganong mintis.
That was a mouthful, partner.
It was.
And Robbie Celis missed the second half of the preseason because of an injury.
Yeah. And this is how stacked Caloocan is. You know, the arrival of the best player from Nueva Ecija, the scorer from Nueva Ecija last season,
Yeah. And he's
coming off the bench for Caloocan.
Canoy will launch the 3. It's off to the left. Baclan is back on the floor. Gets it to Cabana. To Robbie, nakapwesto na sa ilalim, and Robbie Celis puts it in, plus the foul.
And that's what you like about Robbie Celis. We mentioned Manny Ladi, a big guy that plays like a guard. He's the opposite. He's a small guy that plays like a big.
Brought to you, play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
And when I say small, he's 6'3". No, 6'4", maybe the most. And that's usually a small forward in our league. But he plays the 4 and he plays it well. That time he sealed his man underneath.
And Baclan with the offensive rebound.
Kay Pito.
Stepping out of bounds. Kansas City basketball.
Baclaan stepped out of bounds. You say the buy-in dun kay Coach Gerson. I think also the definition of roles
Importante yun.
dito sa Caloocan. Derrigue gets it to Costello. Matched up against Baclaan. Rosalin. Costello. Shot clock winding down. Ladi sumabit sa tinarihan Costello.
Foul number 4, MANNY, Lady's first foul.
So both teams already over the limit.
The last foul on MANNY, Lady.
We have a challenge. This is the first
Of the season.
dito sa venue na to.
in the
Hindi natin
north.
alam sa kabila.
We don't know. But I think there is an experiment coming up soon where the referees will be the ones explaining the call.
Parang parang NBA.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor, stays.
Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Gerson. So here's the replay. May contact naman talaga.
I think it's more of the swipe of the right arm. Aside from yung katawan niya, no, nung gumilid itong si Costello. But he sends the 30-year-old guard, former San Sebastian point guard, to the line for 3 free throws. Mintis lamang yung una.
So it looks like it's not happening yet.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa.
No.
Oh, wow. 0 for 2 for Ryan Costello.
So it's only a 2. They stand corrected. That wasn't a 3.
Kian. They blitz Kian. He gets away. Kian takes it all the way. No. That's last touch of MANNY Ladi. He will have moments like that in a game. And it's good, especially if it works, because it's a high reward type of shot. Kasi it really sparks a team when he makes shots like that.
Tama. And looking at their lineup, as talented as they are, you could also tell that he's probably their best driver. And he's arguably the smallest guy on the team. Ito si Kian Baclaan.
Foul number 4, MANNY, Lady, penalty, second.
The second foul of MANNY Ladi. Bit of a struggle here for both teams. Medyo extended ang ating second quarter with
The fouls.
both teams already over the limit.
Now here's the thing, Sidelf, because we talked about Caloocan. It's obviously glaring with all the names, the new names, especially of how they stack this team.
Like thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
But if you're going to compare them to our previous champions, I think the question here is, sino yung dominante mong player? Because if you look at MPBL history, especially with the Pampanga, that's obviously Baltasar. Right? He was so dominant that he made historic individual and team numbers para sa Pampanga. Abra, talk about the dominance of Ildefonso, Enzo Serrano, how they could just take over games and dominate games. Who's gonna be that guy for Caloocan? There's so many candidates, but at the same time, I don't think it's clear-cut compared to the names that we mentioned, especially the teams that won the last 3 seasons. Even for Nueva Ecija, which Coach Gerson was the head coach back in 2022, because that was the year, correct me if I'm wrong, where JC Marcelino, was he the MVP?
Yeah, for Zamboanga.
So he was, I think, he was dominating the season, right? With his speed, scoring, and everything. Now, Kian Baclaan is probably the best candidate, right? Maybe Kimani Ladi.
Dom Escobar. Ronnie Matias is there. Kian was averaging almost 11 points. These are solid numbers for a rookie partner. 30-22 is the count. Pressure here from Caloocan. It's an 8-second violation. Salazar.
Just checked in.
Yeah, I was wondering sino ang distribute or who's their ball handler here. Kasi medyo mahirap na task yan considering na nagpipress yung Caloocan. Ladi, again.
Coach JV not happy, and I believe Loria.
Yeah.
Hearing it from his coach.
Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Uncontested layup from MANNY Ladi, and Caloocan is up by 10.
And this time, we're going to the attention of Lorenzo Escanel. Lorenzo Escanel, back into the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
As you see, Senator Manny, a.k.a. Dr. Strange, is in the house. Magkamukha, no?
Pressure here again. They relieve themselves of the pressure. Rosalin. Berige. Quite surprised here. No MJ Hoson on the floor. No, not even Pat Buena. Monje, though, is there. And he will take it strong. He will miss. Rebound in Baclaan.
And that's a great point you just mentioned, because I thought they were in foul trouble, but after checking, they are not. Akala ko ipapasok na nga sila after the timeout na yun. Salazar obviously still in the ball game, but they're facing a 10-point deficit.
Well, MJ Hoson is coming back in the next dead ball. Monje will shoot and hit.
Well, that's a big basket. Even though it didn't come off really pretty, not coming off a drive, an assist, or a kick out, but with a hand in his face, able to knock it down. We all know that he has this shot. We all know how talented Kobe Monje is. But this is a big shot to at least stop the bleeding, and it forces Coach Gerson to call time.
Commissioner Emerson Oreta. And syempre si Tatay Rudy Distrito, our head of security. Dos Dennis Flores of Caloocan. 32-25 is the count. Caloocan up by 7. Kian.
Quezon City in a zone after the timeout, trying to disrupt whatever Coach Gerson drew up, but Manlangit says otherwise.
JJ Manlangit restores the 10-point lead with that triple. Monhe gets it to Salazar. Gustong atakin ang depensa ni Kian. The spin and the miss. Loria inside. That's a tough shot. Rebound ni Ronnie Matias. Baclaan puts his head down, finds Laddie underneath. This is a partnership that's looking very nice para dito sa Caloocan.
And that's what we meant earlier when we mentioned that it looks like Kian Baclaan is their best driver. You saw how easy he was able to get his 2 feet in the paint, drawing defender. And with a nice drop-off to this partnership.
And Kian Baclaan always plays with a lot of intensity. Laddie to Tayong Tong, back to Laddie. Loria is there to disrupt the play.
I thought Tayong Tong had a shot already created by the two-man game of the short roll, but instead it's a 4-point swing, maybe a 5-point swing. Salazar hits that one after missing a layup the previous play.
Joko against Gab. Tayong Tong.
Good pass.
Matias on the skip pass. The 3, no good. Laddie. That is last touch on kay Manny Laddie.
I thought Quezon City fortunate that time for 2 things. Obviously missing the open shot, Raymond Matias. And not putting JG
Ronnie
Matias. Raymond yung kapatid niya. And not putting Manlangit on that side who just hit a 3 the play before that.
Baguno.
Ang naging teammate ko kasi si Raymond.
Tayong Tong to Manday. First attempt, basket. Can you imagine Jeff Manday taking his first attempt from 3 with under a minute remaining in the half? Gab Salazar, separation, no. Caloocan slowly pulling away here. Poor execution, Tayong Tong. Salazar, hang time. Naubusan ng ere si Gab Salazar. Yeah, Quezon City, I think a little sloppy here to close out the half.
Wasted opportunity, obviously, and on the other end, giving up open shots para sa Caloocan, and Caloocan with 17 seconds should have the last shot and has a chance to extend potentially their biggest lead in this game.
Tayong Tong, pinapahirapan ni Hoson. Robbie Celis, 2 seconds. Robbie. Good defense by Quezon City, but it will be Caloocan na papasok sa dugout with a 13-point lead. The Batang Caloo under new coach Gerson Cabiltes with a 13-point lead against the Quezon City Black Bulls. We'll be right back.
back at the Caloocan Sports Complex for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Season 8. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by our good commissioner, Commissioner Emerson Oreta. Good evening. It has been a long day of surprises, ano? Napakasaya nitong ginawa nating dalawang opening dito sa Caloocan. At yung isa naman sa Binyan, how satisfied are you so far?
I'm very happy. Alam mo naman, ginagawa natin to lahat para sa mga fans natin. And yun ang advice dati sa akin ng ating founder, to give something new para sa mga fans natin, para hindi sila magsawang sumuporta sa atin.
Speaking of something new, Emer, alam ko na meron tayong advocacy sa season na to. At yan ay fight the fight inside, no? Helping our friends na syempre medyo mentally bothered. Para dito sa season 8, ano ba ang purpose nitong advocacy na to para sa'yo?
First of all, aware naman tayo lahat sa nangyayari, no? Kahit sa ibang bansa, yung mga war na nangyayari sa kanila. At the same time, yung crisis, affected tayo lahat, eh. No? You know, when players are practicing mentally, tough yung mga yan. Pero yung mga ordinary people, no, mahirap. No? May mga load yan na hindi natin alam. So, ang MPBL is beyond basketball. No? Dito, ini-invite ko sila para ma-less yung stress nila. No? Nilalapit natin yung games sa community nila para hindi na sila gagamit ng gasolina. No? Walking distance ng mga venue namin. Pwede sila mag-bike. So, yun na. Para lahat ng way na makatulong ang MPBL, bibigay natin sa kanila.
Napaka-exciting talaga ng Season 8, Emer, ano? At syempre, siguradong sumusuporta sa atin ngayong araw na to ang ating founder na si Senator Manny Pacquiao. Ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa kanila?
First of all, maraming salamat. No? Ginawa niya itong MPBL para may other platform na mapaglaruan yung mga athlete natin. Ma-extend yung mga careers nila. Kaya lagi niyang nire-remind sa atin sa mga players na to give their best every game. And alam naman natin si Boss, kahit wala dito, laging nakamonitor sa atin yan. So at the same time, hanggang nasa United Nation, he's still promoting peace via sports, no? Through sports. At yan ang ating founder. Kung baano niya kamahal ang mga athlete, lalo na dito sa ating bansa.
With this new season, with your new advocacy, ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa ating believers, sa ating mga kaliga?
Continue supporting MPBL. Marami pa kaming pwedeng improve at sana samahan nyo kami hanggang dulo para sa inyo lahat to. Maraming salamat.
Right, maraming salamat. Once again, our good commissioner, Emerson Oreta. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Season 8. Tawagin na natin ang ating challenger na si Sir Gerardo Arellano ng Deparo, Caloocan City. Ayan, si Sir Gerardo. Kuya, naglalaro ka ba ng basketball?
Naglalaro pa naman kahit pa paano.
So, ibig sabihin, kayang-kaya mo ito. Ready ka na ba for our challenge? You will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, a free throw, a three-point shot, and a half-court shot. Pag nagawa mo lahat yan in 45 seconds, you will win. Magkano?
1 million pesos.
Yan naman talaga, 1 million pesos, of course, from the official sportsbook of the MPBL, ang Sports Plus. Are you ready, Kuya Gerardo?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1...
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao.
Alright, 10, 9, 8, Once again, thank you so much, Kuya Gerardo. At meron kang gift package, of course, from Sports Plus. Nako, up for grabs pa rin ang 1 million pesos. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala because we will continue to look for that person who will get this special prize. Maraming salamat, Kuya Gerardo. Nag-enjoy ka ba?
Enjoy na enjoy po.
Alright, maraming salamat once again to the official sportsbook of the MPBL, Sports Plus.
Ng ating Money Pay Half-Court Shot Challenge. Pero bago ang lahat, i-welcome muna natin ang ating contestant na si Lorenzo Escaner. Come on, Caloocan Sports Complex, make some noise for Lorenzo Escaner. Alright, Lorenzo, simple lang. Meron kang 1 attempt mula sa half-court line at kapag na-shoot mo, mag-uuwi ka ng 50,000 pesos mula sa Money Pay. Alright, Lorenzo. Dito tayo sa half court. Alright, Lorenzo. Good luck para sa 50,000 pesos. Caloocan Sports Complex, come on! Cheer naman natin si Lorenzo Escaner, come on! Okay, once again, this is the Money Pay Half-Court Shot Challenge. Ayan na! Uy, sayang, kinapos lang. Thank you very much, Lorenzo Escaner. And once again, this is our Money Pay Half-Court Shot Challenge brought to us by Money Pay. With Money Pay, fast, secure, and your all-in-one digital wallet. Money Pay ka na! At again, inaalilahan po na.
Halftime dito sa Caloocan Sports Complex, the Batang Caloo leading by 13 points. As we bring you some of the numbers in that first half, Caloocan got off the good start, and then Quezon City tied the game at 12. But from there, it was one-way traffic for Caloocan. They dominated the glass, really scoring inside the paint and running the break as well. And save for a few nice moments, it was a really more of a Caloocan show here under home court.
Well, they really showed why they have all this talent, even though that they can execute with this talent that they have. And they started their first play, if you remember, was a ball screen, two-man game between Baklaan and itong si MANNY Ladi, which they went to time and time again in that first half and was able to make plays out of it. Kahit mintis, they were able to create open shots. At the same time, nagkaroon na rin sila ng adjustment kay Pat Buena, because his first 8 points was generated the first 10 to 12 minutes. But after that, he's been scoreless.
Well, he was not in the game during
True.
the
Especially the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Pumasok na lang siya nung huling bahagya, I believe. And etong Caloocan just pounded the ball inside. And it's not that they were dumping it on the post, but creating off of it through ball screen actions or through dribble penetrations. Specifically kay Kian Baklaan. Kaya mataas din yung assist numbers nila, which they had 15 compared to Caloocan or Quezon City, excuse me, who only had 9.
Foul number 27, MJ Hoson is second.
I don't like that foul from MJ Hoson at all.
Well, that's only his first foul, or second foul rather. But I get your point.
Biton, Ladi from the corner, no. Rebound, Irige. MJ Hoson. Oh, Buena shoots and will miss. Ladi with a rebound. Jeff Manday. Manday against Buena, and Jeff Manday gets away and puts it in.
Just a simple Spain action, top ball screen, back pick for the screener. And Jeff Manday takes advantage of that little window. He knows he has that speed advantage against Pat Buena and finishes with the inside hand.
42 to 27. Make that 43 to 27. Biggest lead of the game. MannyPay is the digital wallet built for the community.
Jeff Manday is having a solid game. 8 points, has a couple rebounds and 3 assists and 0 turnovers in less than 11 minutes of play so far.
And he's playing within, within the system. There's really no forced shots. Walang forced shots masyado. Just makes good, solid decisions on the floor. Biton, the step back 3, got it. That's a tough shot, buried by Chris Biton.
Able to use the escape dribble and use that space and eventually the step back to create separation for that tough step back three-pointer.
Yeah, that is the first decision of Jeff Manday.
Ikaw nagsabi, kaya nag-turnover siya eh. Ikaw nagbanggit kanina, no? That was your voice, not mine. But there was a step back 3 by Biton over the outstretched arm of Publico.
Lead is at 19. Hoson slows down, gets it to Monhe for 3. Another miss.
I want to see Hoson drive the basketball and finish at the rim. I thought he's been too passive in this game.
Ladi can't convert. Derrigue, conscious. Off the glass and in, Clark Derrigue.
That is a much-needed basket, whether it was a nothing but net basket or that time a bank shot. On the other end, Quezon City with a zone. 2-3.
Inside, Ladi. Labas kay Manday. A three again.
It immediately makes the change of defense pay right away. Jeff Manday.
Makes amends right away as well after the turnover. Hoson drives to Buena. It's a foul on Binoon.
Look at this kick out, inside to out. Big to big, then big to small kick out.
Publico lost in the shuffle. It's kay Manny Ladi.
Now, Hoson is doing an excellent job distributing and rebounding. He has 7 rebounds, 7 assists. But I believe if they want to make a comeback in this game, I think he has to be ultra aggressive of looking for his own shot. Just like Chris Bitoon.
Well, that was too easy. Driving against MJ Hoson. That is poor. That was poor.
It's poor defense overall.
Yeah, from MJ Hoson. You got to be better than that.
Even from Quezon City, because there's always that last line of defense, especially against the zone. Pero kahit yun, no, nailusot niya. 3-point play pa.
Bitoon can't complete the 3-point play. 51-32.
Nakita mo, mukhang hindi natuwa si Coach JV Olea. Nilabas kagad. Itong si MJ Hoson. Pat Buena off the screen.
Sayang. Nandun na eh. Kalahati na, pasok eh. June Bonsubre. And to get himself in position inside. Yeah, what I like about Caloocan and the way they're running things now, every time there's a chance, bibigay nila yung bola. It's always the best, always the best option impossible. As you're the official outfitter of the MPBL, regardless of the time on the clock.
Regardless of who it is as well.
Yes.
And you could see it's really a part of their system. That's the second time already in this game. The first one was a 3-point play by Robbie Celis late in the second quarter. First big, steal, feed, 3-point play. Second one, Bonsubre, fouled, gets to the line.
Hindi na pumasok yung tira ni June Bonsubre. Joven is on the floor. Bangkaan sila ni Bonsubre doon sa rebound. Caloocan with Manday and kay Manny Ladi. Oh, man.
Shouts end one because he will get the end one. Dahil may pito yun. Hindi lang natin masyado narinig. Nice drive. Look at the seal by Ladi to open up the lane. And because of the drive, it opens up the offensive rebound for Ladi.
Let's go courtside with Mika Bisamas.
Kimani Ladi talked about how it has been such a confidence boost with the team embracing him and what he can do for them, being used to the 2 to 5 positions back in the US. He likes how all of those are now being tested here in the MPBL, being one of those all-around players for the Batang Kangkalu. He said, unlike the UAAP, wherein there were always clear roles, here you just need to jump in when you are needed. By the way, he was a former American football player till he became 6'8". He said, besides this, he makes music, had a few songs uploaded online, worked with rappers in Vallejo, California. He hopes to take part in mixing the background music we have here in the MPBL and maybe doing a collab with Senator Manny, who also loves music, he said. So that, Coach Chris.
Well, he's playing beautiful music for Caloocan right now.
Certainly.
Ladi.
Certainly. And one thing that we don't talk about his game that he's really good at, he's a terrific short roll player. which in this league, we don't have too many.
Mike Alisan is a special kind, and Dexter Marquez, and they both play for the same team.
That's true, but I didn't see that tonight. That's something that we mentioned earlier, even though it was a blowout victory, you know, but it's only one game. But in the UAAP, Manny Lani was a pick and pop short roll specialist.
This is the play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. As soon as he gets that ball at that free throw line area, the possibilities are endless.
Endless, yeah.
So, timeout dito, Quezon City trailing by 23 halfway through this third quarter.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. A good-sized crowd here in Caloocan. It's been quite the opening day. Coach Isel is there.
Not too happy, you know why?
Why?
Because Bonsubre missed 2 free throws. Alam naman natin, basketballista din yan si shooter yan eh.
Oh, but June's playing well, I think.
He's playing well, yes. I'm just talking about the free throws. He missed 2, right? Or split?
He missed 2.
He missed 2.
Cassin takes it strong to the cup.
That's something he won't miss. Prince Cassin at the tip of the rim.
Not the debut this season. Buena adds 3 triples for Pat Buena, 11 points. Largely silent in this ball game, pero pag iniwan mo yan, delikado ka talaga.
He was noisy the first 8 to 10 minutes of this game with those quick 8 points.
Manday. Ball knocked away. It goes back to Quezon City.
So a semi-platoon substitution. 4 guys coming in. Maiiwan lang si Prince Cassin.
Last break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Oh, poor pass by Rosalin. Baklaan the extra pass to Dom Escobar. Monhe gets a running start. Bumuelo si Kobe. Monhe is fouled by Jammer Hamito.
He got fouled twice. First by an orange shirt, the second one by his teammate. Oh, mukhang baka may dugo pa. No? Tumama siya kay Jowen pagkatapos ng foul.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of a night for Quezon City. Even if you get calls just like this one, tinamaan, no?
Yeah, with
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Joven ng... Oh, man.
That was Joven, yeah, excuse me.
Joshua Roque comes in. 4 minutes remaining here in the third.
Pwede ba tawagin na lang natin siyang ito si Joven, tawagin na natin Jojo.
Bakit?
Joven siya eh. Yung pangalan niya.
Sige na nga.
You just saw Jeff Murillo. He's also, aside from a player, right? Manager?
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach, okay. So assistant playing coach Jeff Murillo.
I need me some Jeff Murillo right now.
Yeah. This is not garbage time, by the way. A lot of time for a comeback. So come on, Coach Jeff, put yourself in.
Jammer short. Dom with the rebound. Baclan attacks. Gets it to Jeramer. Cabana, great defense by Buena.
Poor pass.
Canoy with the steal. Buena!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! We gotta love it. Pat Buena with a one-handed putback.
Oh, don't worry. I can see that you really love it. But what's not to love, though?
Oh, Joven with the block. Buena. Costello.
Balik mo. Tira mo. Pasok mo. Yes!
Pat Buena with the three. Three-pointer number 4. Pat Buena. What a sequence for Pat Buena. 59-42. Escobar. They go to Celis against Canoy. Robbie finds Jammer. Catch a break there. Natapik ni Jammer sa kanyang sarili. Nandun si Roque. Canoy inside. The reverse doesn't work.
5-4.
Robbie Celis, labas kay Kian. Escobar attacks. Joven with a block. And watch this sequence for Pat Buena.
Deceleration and the stat padding. I'm just kidding, but that's a nice finish using the one hand of the offensive rebound. And a little boomerang action between the two guards. With a 5-0 run at that point, pero nakashoot na sa kabila, no? Ito si Jammer Hamito.
My prediction was 5 triples for Pat Buena. So we're only one short of that.
So you're on the over. You're on the over.
But he is now on the bench. No? Pinahinga muna siya. Costello. Salazar. I think he should have taken that shot. Nandun si Jammer Hamito then. That's Jammer Hamito territory. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Escobar. Oh, blocked by Aldave Canoy. 19-point lead para dito sa Caloocan. Baclan. Escobar. Libre sa tres. No. Hamito can't hit the putback. Ryan Costello. Against his former teammate Robbie Celis. Costello steps out to the three-point line and knocks it down.
And gives discreetly a nice tap on the behind of his former teammate. I hate those, by the way, as a competitor. I hate that because it's only a tap, but it means a lot of things.
Kian gets it to Robbie, attacks middle, sends it to Jammer.
That's the luxury of having a Robbie Celis. You not only get a scorer, but somebody who could create inside. And such a good passer.
Jojo, no.
There you go.
Cabana. 63-45 inside. Robbie fouled by Aldave Canoy.
And once again, getting excellent position inside. Doesn't put the ball down after the seal. And just turns his body in the air, gets a foul. Earns his way to the stripe. Eight points for Robbie Celis.
20-point lead. Salazar. Joven. Ryan Costello. Switch here. Ryan blocked by Robbie.
Excellent scrum right there. After the switch, no, Baklaan communicating, no, yung roller kay Jammer Hamito. So that means he's getting another small guy off the weak side. And as you mentioned, ang ganda nung kuha ni Robbie Celis off the block. But Quezon City will retain possession.
Joven to Roque. Shot clock down to 2. I don't think they're aware. Salazar. Shot clock violation for Quezon City. Now Jammer goes back to the bench. Manday is there. Final play of the third for Caloocan. Baklaan to Robbie. The kick out. Escobar for 3. No. Fight for the rebound. And Manday hits the 3, but hindi umabot sa oras. And 3 quarters down here in the Caloocan Sports Complex. Kay Manny Ladi, 1 rebound away from a double-double in his MPBL regular season debut. 3 assists as well. 11 points highlighted by this two-handed jam on the break. And Caloocan looking like they are on their way to win number 1. 20-point lead against Quezon City as we head into the 4th.
And once again, the Devils and Better Guardians were now on the day today because we got something exciting for you. We'll be having a rapid draw later on. And we are now traveling to make the pitch to Monday Day. And the winners will receive tickets. Time on Monday Day and don't miss your chance. Download, verify, and get ready to win. Again, that's Money Pay, fast, secure, and your all-in-one $2 wallet.
Lead is at 20 points rather. 4th quarter here in Caloocan. Escobar, Hamito, Celis, Baklaan, and Cabanag ang 5 for Caloocan.
And that was a nice play to start the quarter. A little high-low action, you know, sa pag-angat ni Jammer Hamido. How many times do you see? It's usually the other way around. Robbie Celis, a threat from the outside, passing to the post. Binaliktad nila, no? Si Jammer ang lumabas, passing kay Robbie Celis because he's been so successful sealing his man and scoring inside.
Grab Salazar. Runner won't go. Rebound, Robbie Celis.
It's been a struggle shooting the basketball for Quezon City and even for, you know, Salazar, who is 1 for 6 after that attempt. On the other end, Jammer Hamido off the bench already with 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting.
So efficient. Jammer Hamito. Derrigue will fire. Good box out by Robbie Celis.
That was the same spot he made a bank shot. The 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, but it was a different result to start the 4th.
Baklaan has yet to make a field goal, partner, pero he has 5 assists.
Well, based on the score, it looks like he doesn't need to.
That's a foul on Jammer Hamito against his former teammate, Clark Derigue.
Foul is on number 2, Jammer Ramito is second. Shooting 2, Clark Derigue.
Sim ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. I think there's been a conscious effort from Kian to, get teammates involved and really make sure that there is flow to their offense. Was Dennis Flores there?
Jammer Ramito.
Sa nakikita natin so far from him.
Aside from that, no, ang magandang ginagawa niya kasi is when he puts his head down, even though, arguably he's the smallest guy on the floor, he's been really effective of getting his 2 feet in the paint and putting pressure at the rim.
Ball is loose. Buena picks it up, gets it to Derigue. Baguno with a putback.
That was a smart move by Clark Derigue, even though he missed the basket, went into the body, and pretty much eliminated itong si Escobar out of the play, which cleared the offensive rebound for Baguno.
Cabana drives, layup is good. 4 points para kay Jeremer Cabana.
It's been really the story of the night. Points in the paint for Caloocan, putting pressure at the rim since the start of this game, as Pat Buena now with his 5th three-pointer, as you predicted. And here comes Baclaan with his first field goal quickly after the basket of Pat Buena. Hawson.
Derigue sticks it back in. Coach Gerson wants to talk things over. 17-point lead for Caloocan. And 7 minutes remaining here in this ball game. And Derigue with a stick back after the 3 from Pat Buena. We will be right back.
In the game, Easy Long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Let's bring back Mika Abisang.
Pat Buena, ang totoong tubong Quezon City, started playing when he was 12 years old. Naikot na daw niya lahat ng barangay sa QC. Hindi daw siya makapaniwala sa atensyon at tiwala na nakukuha niya ngayon at 24 years old. One of his great experiences so far besides his spectacular performances in the preseason. And here today was having a good talk with Toto Villarias, who practiced with the QC team a few times. Ang payo daw sa kanya ni Kuya Toto, pagtanggap mo ng bola, buga mo agad pagbukas ka. Since then, gumaan na daw talaga lalo ang mga tira niya. I think we will be hearing a lot of these young player and veteran combo stories this season. So, Coach Chris.
Thank you so much for that, Mika. And of course, syempre, basta pinag-uusapan si Pat Buena, interesado ako.
That's why I'm gonna comment on that, because Mika, let me tell you why he's exploded. It's called bias marketing by Mr. Tupas, okay, of how he has, for the lack of a better word, exaggerated every shot of Pat Buena since the preseason. But I'm not going to take that away from Pat Buena, because I myself at times have been guilty of it, and he has been, like I said, eye-popping in a way in his own right.
Well, maganda dito kay Pat, parang ano lang eh, no? He's been taking all the attention very well, no? Parang wala lang siya, nonchalant lang eh.
Right.
And it shows you yung type of player, type of person he is. Pero yung naikot niya yung Quezon City, sa lahat ng court doon na nalaruan niya, grabe yun, ha?
Right. As you saw.
Literally, siya yung totoong Quezon City Black Bull talaga.
Oh. You just missed, though, that excellent pass once again off the short roll by Kimani Ladi, finding Kalahat underneath.
Yeah, Joven muscling his way inside. If you're Quezon City, you just want to finish this game strong.
Not out of the woods yet. I mean, I know it's a 20-point lead, but still, just under a shade, 6 minutes. No, 5:48 to be exact. Anything can still happen.
Now good to see Kobe Monhe back on the floor. Now Romel Kalahat launches the three. Quezon with the rebound. He gets a running start. Quezon. I thought he had a shot there again.
He had so many attempts that he has passed up in this game.
Monhe. Monhe gets it back. Sa ilalim, blocked by Ladi. Biton with a spin. Biton probing. Biton finds Kasin inside, blocked. But Romel Kalahat able to score underneath.
He just uses his big body very well. The attempt for the second straight block by Quezon, he eliminated that one.
The fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. We have a timeout, 80-57. Caloocan on top. Commissioner Emerson Oreta, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, here in Caloocan. We have our different set of VIPs as well in the other venue in Binyan, Alonte Sports Arena. Where's our friends from MANNY Pay? Boss Mark Bundalian. This is the fourth quarter. Another 5 minutes to play. I think what has impressed me the most, Christian, with Caloocan is that there was a level of consistency with the last 35 minutes, in the first 35 minutes of this ball game, with regards to intensity and execution.
No question. And the numbers will support that because they're shooting close to 50%. And paulit-ulit na tayo, no? Out of the 80 points, 52 inside the paint. You just don't get 52 that easily because, as we mentioned, this Quezon City team is pesky, a pesky team. They get up under your grill. And it's been a struggle, obviously, offensively for them. It's just that Caloocan has been the better team in terms of execution.
Bitoon.
There's that short roll once again now. They have somebody tagging him, kaya nalibre si Cassian, pero siya na naman! Malilibre!
But if you know Kimani and his demeanor, and he is just a fun guy. one of the nicest guys around. He just loves playing and always really happy to, be around his teammates.
And you just saw the daughters of Emerson Oreta and his wife, Len. Commissioner Emerson Oreta.
Yeah.
I gotta get myself used to it.
And
MJ talaga eh. Masanay ako MJ eh.
MJ. Ray Publico back on the floor. Buena gets it to Monje.
That's
Couple
fine.
of fakes. No. Biton to Casin. Libre sa tres. In and out. And look at the hustle from Kaimani Ladi. Got the rebound, was running out of space, and bounced it off Monje.
And that was his 5th offensive rebound in this game. A total of 13 boards for his very first official MPBL game.
Kalat, the extra pass, and beautiful basketball from Caloocan. Buena down the middle, just missed the layup. Biton leaking out. Biton will finish.
Well, he's had a quiet, solid game. 9 points already for Chris Biton. If you're playing backup to Kian Baclaan, and the wealth of point guards that they have, they still have to Yung Tong. Palencia has yet to see action. Manday is also a point guard at times. Kaya maraming sitwasyon si Coach Gerson dito sa larong ito. Maraming sitwasyon naka 2 guard siya eh.
That's right. Kalahat is open. Fires, no. Rebound, Monje. Foul given up by Chris Biton. 2 minutes remaining.
Number 7, Chris Biton is third. So the positions number 9, David Balari, and in the super for the number Chris Biton. And Prince Casin.
Only Manday staying on, and Kalahat as well. Joshua Roque balik na sa laro. All over but the final score here. Final 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Baguno hits the 3. It's 85-63. Manday, Manlangit, Kalahat, back to Manday, 8 seconds. Trying to go for the crossover. It's a turnover for Jeff.
His third in the game, all in the second half. And again, right after you mentioned that he has 0 turnovers in that third quarter.
Oh my gosh.
There's something about it. Pag sinasabi mo, biglang nauudlot.
Oh, pagsabi ko nga kanina ng first shot niya, sunod-sunod din eh. Diba? Parang, alam mo yun, may...
So, quits lang.
Quits lang. 45 seconds left in the second quarter. He made his first 3. And he had 11 points after that. Tayong Tong moving without the basketball, and that does not trickle in for Joko, pero may free throw siya.
So how about the 2 teams, at least for this venue? You know, 2 teams made a lot of noise in the offseason. I'm talking about San Juan. Now Caloocan heading for their first victory.
Parang naglagay ng marker. Itong dalawang team na to.
Okay.
San Juan and Caloocan. Naglagay ng marker. This is, we can play like this. We can be as good as this. So, may benchmark ka agad early in the season.
I'm wondering what's happening in the other venue because the last time we checked the score, Binyan was down, I believe, double figures, no?
Let me check. We have a
Split view.
Yeah, split view. It's Manday to Manlangit, corner 3, got it.
Second three of the game for JJ Manlangit. I thought he made an important three earlier. His first one in the second quarter, wherein trying to gain momentum itong Quezon City. Being down by 10, he hits a three after a timeout when Quezon City went zone. If you remember that left corner three. And then they never looked back after that shot.
89-63, the Caloocan Batang Kankalu secured their first win of the season, right? On opening day here at home at the expense of the Quezon City Black Bulls. Kay Manny Ladi with a sterling debut, regular season debut for Caloocan. Best player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Kay Manny Ladi led the way, but we did see some really good performances as a team and individually from Caloocan. Manday had a really solid game. Baclaan had a solid game. And even Chris Biton and Robbie Celis, you know, there were stretches in this game na silang pinuntahan ng kanilang kupunan.
As you mentioned about the teams making their mark, for Caloocan, they had their own mark in this game. You know, with Robbie Celis scoring inside, everything was inside for them. Kaya ang taas ang percentage nila eh. The team shot the ball close to 50%. Looking at the numbers, Kian Baclaan was really the one who struggled. He was 1 for 5 or 20%, but you felt his impact in the game of how he got his 2 feet in the paint and made things happen. He had 5 assists. But this guy with Mika, you know, he was just that short roll, dangerous player, whether scoring or finding his teammate.
Mika, take it away.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Kimani Ladi. You know, you look so much better on the court today than you did in your last game with a double-double performance. How are you so far after this game?
Just feeling a lot better, you know, especially for my first game. I had just came back from the States, and, you know, I'm still trying to adjust, but, you know, the team helped me get back into shape, and, you know, I'm ready to play now.
This is definitely a strong start for Caloocan, but I also know that the roles still have to be established. How's everybody so far with the new Jerson Cabiltes system?
Yeah, well, like I said before, the team trusts me, and I trust them, and, you know, when that happens, we just play really well together, and, you know, I'm happy that we came out with the win.
Is there anybody you want to greet?
Sorry?
Is there anybody you want to greet?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, for the win. And thank you to Mayor Along Malapitan, Congressman Oka Malapitan, Boss Dennis Flores, and Boss Dennis Abella. And to our sponsors, Victory Liner, Yan Yan Coolers, and Venom Sportswear.
Thank you very much, Kimani Ladi. This play is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Sit up and Coach Chris.
Thank you so much, Mika. Congratulations kay Manny Ladi and Caloocan with their first win of the season. Tomorrow, eto na. Let's get this show on the road. Batangas City Coliseum ang ating laban. Bulacan takes on Parañaque at 4 p.m. Second game, Manila Batang Quiapo battles the Mindoro Tamaraos. And then in the main game, the Batangas City Tanduay Athletics host the Ilagan Isabela 5-Star Cowboys. So 3 more games tomorrow, and boy, we are so glad that this season has started. Season 8 of your MPBL dito sa Caloocan. And Caloocan and San Juan with some big wins on opening day. We still have a game in Binyan yet to be finished, but for now, in behalf of my partner, Christian Wanzon, our courtside reporter, Mika Abisamis, and for all the men and women, the hard-working men and women of the MPBL, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay. Ito, Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Ito po si Delf Tupa saying goodnight from the city of Caloocan.